So let's begin with converse of DPT. Okay. I think you had written the statement. If not, please write it again. If a line divides any two sides, if a line divides any two sides of a triangle in the same ratio, if a line divides any two sides of a triangle in the same ratio, if a line divides any two sides of a line, if a line divides any two sides of a triangle, if a line divides any two sides of a triangle in the same ratio, any two sides in the same ratio, then the line is parallel to the third side. Then the line is parallel to the third side. Then the line is parallel to the third side. Draw this diagram. Okay. Draw this diagram also. It says if a line divides any two sides of a triangle in the same ratio, then the line is parallel to the third side. Okay. So what is given to us over here? What is given to us? Is given to us AD upon AB, DB, AD upon DB equals to AE upon EC. This is given to us. Okay. AD upon DB is equals to AE upon EC. And we have to prove DE is parallel to BC. DE is parallel to BC. That is what we have to prove. We have to prove DE is parallel to BC. Okay. Now this, as I said, is an indirect type of proof. This is an indirect type of proof. So how are we going to prove this? Let's write down. Write down. Suppose DE is not parallel to BC. Suppose DE is not parallel to BC. Suppose DE is not parallel to BC. Okay. Then suppose DE is not parallel to DE is not parallel to BC. Hence, draw a line DE dash. Draw a line. Okay. Draw a line DE dash parallel to BC. Draw a line DE dash parallel to BC. Supposing DE, this line is not parallel to this, then we'll draw another line. We'll draw a line which is parallel to that. Okay, then we will draw another line that is parallel to it. What is that line? Let's call that as E dash. Hence, draw a line DE dash which is parallel to BC. So now if this line is parallel to this thing, therefore AD upon DB equals to AE dash upon E dash C. AE dash upon E dash C. Why? By BPT. By basic proportionality theorem. If the line is parallel, it will divide the sides in proportion. It will divide the sides in proportion. Now, we already know AD upon DB equals to, but AD upon DB equals to AE upon EC. This is given. Therefore, AE upon EC equals to AE dash upon E dash C. The left hand sides are equal, so the right hand sides also have to be equal. If the left hand sides of the equation are equal, therefore the right hand sides also have to be equal. 1, 2. From 1 and 2. Now you're saying E lies between E and C. E lies between A and C, and E dash also lies between A and C. Okay, E dash also lies between E and C, and both of them have the same ratio. Both of them have the same ratio. So if both ratios are same, that means E and E dash have to coincide. E and E dash have to coincide. There is no choice. Why? I'll explain it over here. Let's say I add 1 to both sides. Okay, I add AE upon EC plus 1 equals to AE dash upon E dash C plus 1. Okay, I'm adding 1 to both the sides. So obviously I'll take LCM. So this will become AE plus, when I add 1, this will become EC upon EC equals to AE dash plus E dash C upon E dash C. Now AE plus EC is AC upon EC equals to again AC upon E dash C. Now the two ratios are equal, that is AC upon E dash EC. Excuse me. Excuse me. It says AE में add करने के बाद 1, after adding 1 we get AC upon EC. AC upon EC equals to AC upon E dash C. Two ratios are equal. The two ratios are equal. The numerators are also equal. So by default, the denominators also have to be equal. Otherwise, the ratios cannot be equal. If these two ratios are equal, if these two ratios are equal, okay, if these two ratios are equal and the numerators are equal, if the ratios are equal and the numerators are equal, the denominators also have to be equal. The denominators also have to be equal. So that means E as EC and E dash C both are the same. So we are going to say therefore E and E dash coincide. That is, they are the same point. E and E dash coincide. That is, they are the same point. E and E dash coincide. That is, they are the same point. Okay, write till here, please. स्क्वायर में आ रहा है, इसको उधर से खींचेंगे. So E and E dash coincide. Finished till here, then we'll proceed. Now, based on this, we are going to look at some more examples. Based on this, we are going to look at some more examples. Okay, so this is converse of DPT. Okay, it's, you don't even have to do all those things. You can say this equals to this. Therefore, after this itself, you can say therefore E and E dash must coincide. That is, E and E dash are the same point. Therefore, DE is parallel to BC. Therefore, DE is parallel to BC. Okay. If you have done with this, please let me know. The next one, the diagram remains the same. Now we are going to prove AD upon AB, the full side. AD upon AB is equals to AE upon EC. That is what we are going to actually get by adding 1, nothing much. Okay, write down. If a line intersects sides AB and AC of triangle ABC at D and E. If a line intersects side AB and AC of triangle ABC at D and E respectively. If a line intersects, or rather just write this given. If a line intersects AB and AC of triangle ABC at D and E respectively and is parallel to BC given DE is parallel to BC and is parallel to BC. If a line intersects sides AB and AC of triangle ABC at D and E respectively, and is parallel to side BC and is parallel to side BC and is parallel to side BC. Prove that, see, it's not now AD upon DB, it is AD upon AB equals to AE upon, instead of AEC, it is AC. That means first half of the side upon the full side and second half of the side upon the full side. Okay, so this is not very complicated. This is just what we had done in the last part out there by adding 1. Okay, we are going to get over here. So we'll say proof or solution, whatever we say, in triangle ABC, DE is parallel to BC. DE is parallel to BC. Okay, so if the side is parallel, we get AD upon DB equals to AE upon EC. Okay, this is by DPT. Now, if this is true, the reverse of this is also true. That is DB upon AD equals to EC upon AE. EC upon AE. Okay, this is called invertendo. Now, again, I'll add 1 to both sides. So DB plus 1 upon AD, DB plus 1 equals to EC upon AE plus 1. So this will become DB plus AD upon AD, DB plus AD upon AD equals to EC plus AE upon AE. EC plus AE upon AE. Okay. Now what is DB plus AD? DB plus AD is the full side. That is AB plus upon AD. And EC plus AE is nothing but AC upon AE. It is equals to AC upon AE. Again, take the reciprocal of that. That is AD upon AB equals to AE upon AC. That is what we have to prove. Okay, so you can, now this you can directly use. Okay, you can directly use if in a sum you are given AD is given, AE is given, AC is given, and they ask you to find the full AB. You don't have to find first DB, then add them. You can directly use this property. ये दिया है और ये full दिया है और उनको बोला ये full ढूंढो AB. तो सिर्फ DB ढूंढेंगे, फिर that can also be done, or directly we can say AD upon AB equals to AE upon AC. इसकी वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट किए, इसकी सब्स्टिट्यूट किए, इसकी सब्स्टिट्यूट किए, ये ढूंढ लिए. We can directly also do that. Okay, so it's up to us how to use this. Please copy till here, then we'll begin with the next one. Few more examples we are going to see based on this before I ask you to do exercise 6.2. Then we will see criteria of similarity of triangles. Okay, of course there are different criteria for similar triangles that we are going to see later. First, finish this. Once done, please let me know. If you have done, please let me know. ABCD is a trapezium. ABCD is a trapezium. A, B, C, and D. ABCD is a trapezium with AB parallel to CD. AB parallel to CD. ABCD is a trapezium with AB parallel to CD. AB parallel to CD. E and F are points. E and F are points on non-parallel sides. E and F are points on non-parallel sides. E and F are points on non-parallel sides AD and BC respectively. AD and BC respectively. AD and BC respectively. Such that AD and BC respectively, such that EF is parallel to AB, such that EF is parallel to AB. Show that what do we have to show that? AE upon ED. AE upon ED equals to BF upon FC. BF upon FC. Equals to BF upon FC. That is what we have to show. Okay. So how are we going to show that? First of all, we'll say join A to C. Join A to C. Okay. Join A to C and let it intersect EF at G. Join A to C and let it intersect EF at G. Let it intersect EF at G. Let it intersect EF at G. So now what do we know? We know AB is parallel to CD and EF is parallel to AB. This is given to me. Now AB is parallel to CD. AB is also parallel to EF. So I can also say CD is parallel to EF. Therefore, CD is parallel to EF. Reason: lines parallel to the same line are parallel to each other. Lines parallel to the same line are parallel to each other. Okay. Lines parallel to the same line are parallel to each other. Now, once that is done, now we'll say, look at triangle ADC. In triangle ADC, EG, in triangle ADC, EG is parallel to DC. So AE upon ED is equals to AG upon GC. AE upon E is equals to AG upon GC. Then we'll say, take this triangle ABC. Again, GF is parallel to AB. So BF upon FC is equals to AG upon GC. This upon this is equal to this upon this, and this upon this is equal to this upon this. So by default, this upon this will be equal to this upon. That is what we are going to prove. Now, in triangle ADC, in triangle ADC, what do we have? EG parallel to DC. EG parallel to DC. Therefore, AE upon ED equals to AG upon GC by BPT. Call this equation number 1. By BPT, that becomes equation number 1. Similarly, in triangle ABC, similarly in triangle ABC, GF is parallel to AB. Therefore, AG upon GC equals to BF upon FC. AG upon GC equals to AG upon GC equals to BF upon FC. Or for that matter, you're saying कि sir triangle ऐसा है, so you could also write GC upon AG equals to FC upon BF. That is now I'll take the inverse. AG upon GC equals to BF upon FC. I'll call this as 2. Now you'll see AG upon GC, AG upon GC. Therefore, AE upon ED equals to AG upon GC equals to BF upon FC from 1 and 2. So AE upon ED equals to BF upon FC. AE upon ED equals to BF upon FC. Please copy this. Again, once you have finished, please let me know. Copy this. Once you have finished, then let me know. The next one that we are going to do in triangle PQR. Triangle PQ and R. And this is S and this is T. This angle is equal to this angle. In triangle PQR, in triangle PQR, PS upon SQ. In triangle PQR, PS upon SQ equals to PT upon TR equals to PT upon TR, and angle PST is equal to angle PRQ. PS upon SQ equals to PT upon TR, and angle PST is equals to angle PRQ. Prove that triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle. Prove that triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle. Okay, now this is actually very easy. All you have to prove is the two sides are equal. To prove the two sides are equal, okay, we can say if the base angles are equal, the opposite sides are equal. Now to prove base angles equal in triangle PQR, I have to prove angle Q is equal to angle R. I have to prove angle Q and angle R are equal. Now it is given PS upon SQ equals to PT upon TR. PS upon SQ equals to PT upon TR. So by converse of BPT, ST is parallel to QR. By converse of BPT, ST is parallel to QR. Now this line is parallel to this line. This will be the transversal. So this will become the corresponding angle. So S is equal to Q, but S is also equal to R. So Q is equal to R. So if the base angles are equal, the opposite sides are congruent. And if the two sides are congruent, then the triangle is an isosceles triangle. Then the triangle is an isosceles triangle. Are we clear? That's what now we're going to write stepwise. Please copy this. Solution. PS upon SQ, PT upon TR. This is given to me. Therefore, ST is parallel to QR. Reason, by converse of BPT. By converse of BPT. So now if the two triangles are congruent, the two sides are parallel, ST and QR, not two sides, two lines are parallel. Therefore, angle PST is congruent to angle PQR. Reason, corresponding angles. These are corresponding angles. Okay, so the two angles are congruent because they are corresponding angles. But we already know PST is equal to PRQ. But angle PST is congruent or equal to angle PR. Excuse me. Q. This is given. It is already given, isn't it? Let's call this 1 and I call this 2. Therefore, angle PQR is equal to angle PRQ from 1 and 2. PQR is equal to PRQ. Therefore, PQ is equals to PR. Reason, sides opposite to congruent angles. Sides opposite to congruent angles, or sides opposite to equal angles. Now the two sides are equal, the triangle is, therefore triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle. Triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle. Please copy till here. And then tomorrow, since you have a holiday, fortunately for you, एक दिन extra मिल रहा है आपको, because there are 10 sums in exercise 6.2. Only 10 sums, not many. Okay, there are 10 sums in exercise 6.2. 2. You'll do those 10 sums. Whatever doubts you have, we'll see that on Monday. Otherwise, we'll proceed with criteria for similarity of triangles. Otherwise, we'll proceed with criteria for similarity of triangles. Now, for similarity of triangles, what are the criteria? Okay, you'll copy this. I'll just be reading it out in the meanwhile, so that when we start on Monday, it's not something new for you. There are certain tests that are there. Okay. First one will be the AAA, that is angle, angle, angle. In detail, we'll see next time, don't worry. But just telling you the tests that are there. AAA test, which can also be shortened to AA test. So AAA oblique AA test. Then there is going to be an SSS test. What it is, again, we will see that in due course of time. You'll have SSS test. Then you'll also have an SAS test. SSS test. And you'll also have an SAS test. Okay. These are some of the tests or some of the criteria for similarity of triangles that we are going to see. The minimum 3 of them that we are going to see: AAA or AA, then SSS and SAS. After that, this might take a day or two, that is Monday or Tuesday, inshallah, and then further we'll proceed with areas of similar triangle, which will bring us to to Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so hopefully by the end of this week, inshallah, we should finish this chapter. Though it is a big chapter, but I think by the week that's next week, we should be able to cover this. Okay, once we have done that, then we are going to take a pause in maths, and we are going to do a chapter from chemistry. Okay, after finishing this 6th chapter, we are going to do a chapter from chemistry. Then we'll come back and do quadratic or whatever is being done in your school, if anything different is being done. Okay. So till now, have you all done with this? Have you finished copying this? Any doubts till here? Of course, as I said, you have to do exercise 6.2 completely. I'll be sending you the images for those of you who do not have. By now, I think it is recommended either you get the textbook from someone if you don't have it, or at least download the PDF files so that you are not stuck up for want of textbook. की book नहीं था इसके लिए नहीं किया. At least that query or that issue should not be there. Okay. I'll be sending you the images of exercise 6.2. And I hope you all are getting the videos every day of the class. When you please go through the videos, even if you have understood everything, I would still recommend you go through it at least once, whenever, because now we have lots of free time. So please go through that video once. And when you go to it, please also press the like button and the subscribe button that is there on the website. So please do that also. Don't just leave it like that, so that whenever anything is being sent, you will have the details of that also. I'm sending you the images of the exercise